This is a public service announcement to all of my P3D brethren. We all know this, but I just want to reiterate this fact. Since April, the price of cryptocurrency has done nothing but become decimated by people that want to turn whatever their crypto is into something else. And market capitalization as high as what? 400 billion, and now we're down to 250. We're heading back down to the same market capitalization we were last year. And everybody is in a totally opposite mindset because everything's falling versus what it was looking like last year at this time. With that being said, like I said, since April, there's been nobody in crypto space that has done as well as the people who have held P3D. There is nobody, I don't believe. And that speaks volumes. Speaks volumes. Everything that crypto was told to be was reiterated in P3D. And now P3D, as of today, is being integrated with other cryptocurrencies. This is so significant if you take into consideration this time last year, people were talking about forking. Because what was inside of one wasn't enough, so they had to do like what cells do. They had split off. But now we're integrating at P3D in so many ways, shape, and form. P3D has made it expressly clear that what crypto is, it still can be. It doesn't have to be turned into an ETF. It doesn't have to be, something you can use to buy Starbucks. It can be what it always has been up until now, a vehicle to vote with in order for you to say where you want your value to be placed in. And those who understand crypto and have faith in crypto, I think really have found something in P3D. Now, with this being said, I think the market in general is in for another slaughter. And I also think the fellows at P3D are not going to be doing anything as significant as FOMO for probably a couple months. I don't see them acting like clones and just constantly coming up with new stuff. Although I could be wrong with that. They could get desperate and try to. Whatever they do, I have no idea because it'll be done when it's ready, right? That's the mantra there. And something I can definitely appreciate. With that finally being said, this is a public service announcement. Everybody here has become very familiar with making gains and doing better than they did with what they initially placed in there in the P3D platform. Right now, I want to speak to another way for you to do what you've done with P3D is vote with your money on how you can retain its purchasing power and maybe even gain more by participating in something that could and might just make the world a better place. And what I want to speak to is silver specifically. Now, I know many of you guys are virtual heads and you don't even know what silver is. On the other end of the token, I know many of you probably hate the idea of precious metals and what it stands for. But let's just be clear, markets will be markets. The silver market is totally manipulated. There's hundreds of ounces of silver that are being sold in paper form for every single ounce of silver that's physically available. The deliveries are becoming smaller because the demand is lower, but even with that being said, the supply that's coming out of Earth is nowhere near what it needs to be, and with the deliveries of silver to the people that are investing in it that actually want to retain the physical silver being squeezed out and having to have to wait longer and longer for their physical deliveries. And just do your research. Look at silver. And if you want to buy some, I have some. I have access to one of California's only Patriot Act compliant refiners. And I can get the silver at a very near spot price. Considering what you can buy it on eBay for, that's a huge deal. And as far as buying silver as a paper form, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. You kind of learn that with Coinbase and the exchanges and running your own wallet with MetaMask. Silver is no different. If you're going to invest in it, I highly recommend buying physical silver. I've been in the physical market of silver prior to 2009, and then I was the smartest guy in the room, like I was when I was making a bunch of money off of P3D. And then it went away. And I think crypto is in for a long bear market. I think to believe that what happened last year is going to happen again this year is moronic. Markets do not operate based on what experts say, and 90% of the time experts are totally wrong. So know that your value in Ethereum is going to continue to dwindle, and maybe the dividends at P3D will be good. Maybe P3D will do more than I thought they would as far as keeping the Ethereum in the contract growing. But yeah, even though I recently realized that my masternode didn't have enough P3D in it. So on the one site, on the one wallet that has the masternode that I broadcast, so I put that in there, and I'm wondering how much I missed over the last couple weeks when I didn't have it up right. Yeah, guys, silver's great. P3D is really great. Crypto's even, or smart contracts. Smart contracts are really, really great. Hopefully where they're heading will be to absolute greatness. But in the midterm, in the short term and the midterm, I don't think crypto is going to be a good place to be as far as somewhere to get gains. Somewhere to hold and wait, yeah, for sure. But I think the gains that are coming to investors are not going to be in the stock market or not going to be in crypto. I do believe it's going to be in physical precious metals if we have a long discussion about what that market's looking like and how suppressed it's been for how long it has been, and all the indicators. Look up JP Morgan, how much physical they hold, how much JP Morgan physical silver, how much they hold. Look that up. Look up how much gold, silver is mined annually, and the demand that actually is placed on the physical supply of silver annually, and where those numbers are at. Look at there's a ton of stuff to look at in silver, and I've been following it for a long time. I probably know more about silver than I do about the smart contract space, which doesn't mean much, but yeah, I truly believe silver is something you should get. I own a domain name, howtobuysilvernow.com, and I may just incorporate a shopping cart in there with what silver I do have that I am willing to sell in order to buy the same or more of. So yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm always wrong, guys. So this is not financial advice. This is me telling you what I'm doing and what I think many need to think about. Congrats on everybody for being a participant in probably the only space in crypto where gains can be made. You know, I looked yesterday at the chart they have, and there's an indicator that shows you how much in profit in Ethereum you took. And with P3D, there's nothing that can hold a candle to it with anything I've ever done in crypto. I've my gains in P3D insofar as Ethereum earned comparatively to what I put into it, it's just about double digits. It's remarkable. So I want to thank everybody here for that. You know, you guys could thank Justo and Manso, but they're fucking nothing without the rest of us here. The participation that you guys have participated in, your participation in this ecosystem is where my gratitude will always be. You know, it's the masses, it's all the ants. I could give a fuck about the cockroaches, especially considering now their rules don't mean shit to me. It's in the code, baby. It's in the code. Now learn the code of silver. I mean, if you want. Otherwise, congratulations on all of our gains, guys. This is really awesome, and I'm very lucky. Thank you for letting me and listening to me and letting me be a part of this experience. I'm not going surfing. I got to put together a quote for a big job and hopefully get the job. And why are my videos so fucking long now? You guys don't care. Later.